Okay, so we're going to program the PicAxe Microcontroller School Experimenter board to flash LEDs on and off. We'll flash the red, the yellow, and the green on and off. So I want to show you how to work with that. So opening up the program, it should be under Revolution Education, PicAxe Programming Editor, and then again PicAxe Programming Editor. All right, you should have the PicAxe set for the proper board that you're using. Mine is the 08M2. If you click on the serial port tab, just make sure you select the correct COM port for the one that you have your PicAxe plugged into. Mine is on COM 1. And we will go ahead and click on OK. And then we'll open up the flowchart. Okay, we'll hide this message in the future. All right, so the first thing we want to do is we want to program the lights to go on. So to do that, that's an output command. We want to put highs on the port to make them on. So we'll select the output. We want to select 3 highs, high 0. We want to make that high 1 and this one high 2. I right click. I will click on this one to change it to high 1, this one to high 2. And at this point, what's going to happen is you're going to turn on the red one, yellow one, green one, and this will happen very, very fast, so it'll appear that they all come on at the same time. And then we want to turn them off because we want to blink these on and off. Now watch what happens here. I'm going to pick 3 lows, which will turn them off. Low 0, low, okay, they all say low 0. We'll change this to low 1. And we'll have this one say low 2. All right, and then we want to do this forever. So what I need to do is have it repeat this entire flowchart. So to do that, I'll add this wire, or a line, and take it all the way back to the top. Okay. Now I want you to watch what happens here when I simulate this. Okay. Now I have in my simulation, I have this a delay set for 1,000 milliseconds or a second, so it'll actually run through this really slow, but we'll be able to actually see what it's doing. It's going to be different than if you actually programmed your PicAxe to run this. So let's see what the simulation looks like here. Oops. Oh, I guess I forgot to set this to School Experimenter. We'll try it again. Okay, here we go, simulate. All right, so you can see how slow they're coming up here, and now they're turning off. And it looks, you know, like it might be running okay, or it is following the program. Okay. But if you download this into yours, which I'm going to have you do right now, or go ahead and do it, it'll look much different. And I'm going to actually slow this delay way, way down, so it's going to run it much, much faster. It'll make it more similar to the way that yours would operate when you actually program it. And watch what happens here. Okay, well, you can see that it looks like they're flashing sporadically. What it would actually probably look like when you programmed it, when you click on Program here, is you're going to notice it's going to look like the LEDs are just always on. And there's a simple reason for that. Because it's cycling through this so fast, it's turning them on and it's turning them off very, very, very quickly. And so it's spending about half the time on, half the time off. You also hear this little tone like you can hear through the speakers right now. That's because one of the speakers is connected up to the same ports as the LED. So the speaker's actually turning on and off very fast too. So it's not really doing exactly what we want. So what we need to do is we need to slow it down so that we actually have time to see it on and we have time to see it off. So let's change the program a little bit. We'll get rid of this line here. Let's see here, and we'll I'm going to move this over. What I'm going to do is add a delay. So to add the delay, if we go under delay, you'll see a pause and you'll see a wait. Okay, and if you hover over it, you'll notice that the pause says pause MS, and if I hover over the wait, it says wait in S. Pause, the units of time measurement is in milliseconds. So 1,000 milliseconds equals 1 second. 500 milliseconds would equal a half a second. and then you have the weight, which will give you your units in seconds. Okay, so let's just say that I want these to, we'll do a delay of 0.2 seconds, which would be 200 milliseconds. So I'll click on a pause, and I'm going to put a pause right here. And I want to change this to say pause 200. So I click on it, go down to the lower left, change that to 200. Okay, and then I'm going to go back and stick, well here, I'll put them up here so it's, then I'm going to have it turn them on, wait 200 milliseconds, and then I want them to turn them off. Then I want it to wait for 200 milliseconds again, and then we'll repeat that whole process. So I'll stick another pause in here, change that to 200. Okay, then we'll wire these all up. So we'll, after it pauses, and every time I click the mouse, you can kind of tack it down, and it'll go wherever you want. Okay. You didn't have to do this, I just did it to show that. And then at the end, we want to have it go back to the very beginning. All right, so it's going to turn on 0, 1, and 2, wait 200 milliseconds, then turn off 0, 1, and 2. It'll wait 200 milliseconds and repeat. If I were to simulate this, let's see what it looks like. Okay, so now it kind of looks like it looks on the simulation like they are turning on at different times, and in reality they are. But when you actually program your PicAxe controller, it's going to turn these on so dang fast that it'll look like they all came on at the same time. But the reality is that they actually aren't on at the same time, but we're just tricking the human into thinking that they are. It only executes as each command is highlighted, it only executes that. So go ahead and program it and see what it does. And you'll notice too that after you program it, you'll probably hear the speaker clicking as well. And the speaker's clicking at the same rate that the LED is turning on. You can probably hear mine clicking. Okay. And if you want to have them go faster, you can go and change the pause time. You can go down and change it to, try 10. And then what you'll notice is that they'll be turning on and off so fast, it'll kind of look like they're just staying on all the time. And then you'll also hear the speaker changes the rate that it's turning on and off, so it's going to sound a little different as well. Okay. So with that, I can actually see mine look like they're flickering ever so slightly. But it is in fact working. All right.